Behavior that defies logic implies deficiency either of the logic itself or of companion analysis. If this were not so, economists could not charge for their work. Economic logic argues that for a given commodity, consumption rises when price falls. Oil demand last year, for example, exceeded predictions because the price of crude oil underperformed expectations. But the effect wasn't uniform. In some countries, retail prices rose. How can this be? In its recently published World Oil Outlook, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries notes that the effects of crude price changes vary among countries. Other factors are involved. Among the industrialized members of the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OPEC notes, the crude price accounts on average for less than 45% of vehicle fuel prices. Why? Variations in costs of refining, distribution, and marketing, and most importantly, taxes. In countries such as the UK and Italy, crude accounts for less than 35% of retail prices, taxes more than 55%. In the US, by contrast, taxes account for only 14% of retail prices. U.S. consumption thus is more sensitive to the crude price. Heavy taxation of oil products, a long-standing irritation to OPEC, isn't the only reason demand responses vary. In Brazil and Russia, gasoline prices have increased since April 2014 despite the plunge in crude prices. Both countries have fast-rising inflation and sharply depreciating currencies. Structural changes also limit oil demand responses to price changes. They include efficiency improvements, conservation, and increased use of non-oil fuels. Another change with geographically varying effect is expansion of public transit. Further limiting demand growth despite falling prices are laws, such as those enacted in China to fight air pollution, that restrict car purchases and use. And of course, economic performance, another demand influence, varies. So once again, analysis rescues logic. This alone might count for a good day at the office by OPEC's economists, who went boldly on to predict the price of crude would reach $70 a barrel in 2020 and $95 a barrel in 2040. I'm Bob Tippie, editor of Oil and Gas Journal, and that's the editor's perspective that appeared first in text at www.ogj.com on December 28, 2015.